Why are you still holding back? Have you forgotten what they said to us? What they did? They think you're a monster. Prove them right.
Hi guys. Earlier today I had seen a video from the Wild Witch on the 2026 witchcraft ins and outs that she had done. I think it was Sophie, the Midwestern magician, I think she said, that had started the tag coming into the year. Although technically, we're almost halfway through 2026. So this would be, like Star said, taking this into 2027 also, with my witchcraft ins and outs. So I think maybe I'm going to start with my outs. Um, some of the things that I've kind of always struggled with. So some of my outs are going to be, and it's not just necessarily with my practice, um, it's just sort of life in general things. So some of the things I think that are going to be out this from here on, from end of the year, is self-doubt. I don't self-doubt magically um, when I'm within my practice. Um, but in real life, I do doubt things. And I am not as focused, which would be another out for me, is to start focusing more on my intuition, um, and focusing more on that and trusting my gut and trusting my instincts, especially when it comes to red flags and letting too many red flags go by, um, and letting go of things within my life and within my practice that do not serve me. Um, I am going to, another out is going to be not aligning myself with people that, or situations that don't align with what I deem to be my personal morals and ethics, within my life and within my practice, and kind of distancing myself from that, because it's just, another thing that I know I'm going to start doing is, although I understand, we as individuals, everyone has their own set of morals and ethics. This is something we base within our own life experience, and things that we were taught growing up. So, and things that we have been through in life. At the end of the day, we are individuals and we have our own reasons and experiences and states of being that define us as people, as individuals. So, trying to understand where someone's coming from, but at the same time, kind of keeping my distance from people that don't exactly share my morals and my ethics, whether it's in real life or within my practice. One another out that I'm going to be having is not educating myself on purchases that I make. I mean, I do that already to a great degree, but doing further research into companies and such that sell products. I mean, like I said, I already do that anyway because I'm not going to give money to people in companies that, again, don't align with my morals and ethics. There's a lot of companies that I no longer give money to or purchase things from because I don't agree with their morals and ethics, unless, of course, it's an absolute necessity, like pet food, for example. I only go to Walmart to purchase pet food because it's in close proximity and it's within my budget. Outside of that, I don't give money to places like Walmart because they give money to the Heritage Foundation, and they don't treat and pay their employees all that well. I don't like the way that their people are treated. So situations like that, and whether or not when companies make donations, where those donations go to. I already boycotted quite a few companies because I didn't like where they donated money or gave money to. Because if I don't give them money, then that takes money from them giving it to certain organizations. So I've already implemented that, and there's a lot of places that I absolutely just do not shop at because I don't agree with their morals or their ethics. And that's something that I'm going to be doing a lot more research there. Another creator had given me some information about certain groups, and I'm going to look into that, and going to be making some more of those types of choices. Another thing that it's going to be out is trying to maintain things that don't serve me, that aren't good for my practice or for my spirit. I'm not going to waste time trying to argue with people anymore. I mean, I don't do TikTok panels or anything like that anymore. There's just maybe a few small creators that I watch. I don't subject myself to that because I'm not going to be wasteful of my time and of my energy, and wasting time and energy trying to have discussions with people that aren't going to listen to you. So it's pointless, and I'm going to be doing more to conserve my energy, doing more with making and keeping schedules within my life and within my practice and maintaining those. Um, Getting my schedule to where I can manage it. Uh, Doing more things outside other than just sitting out on my balcony. More walks at the park, that type of thing, because I am a bit limited on how far I can go transportation wise, given my health issues and such. I have not been I mean, tarot and such is technically considered witchcraft, but when it comes to spell work and things like that, I've not been doing any of that because, to me personally, when you are having health problems or health issues, whether it's mental health stuff or physical health stuff, my personal view, and people may not agree with me, but I'm just saying from my point of view, my personal experience, when you're not well, don't practice, don't do anything like that. And I've had a lot of health stuff going on that's really kicked me in the butt. So that's going to be other things that are out. things that I'm going to be the ends in my practice are going to be setting and maintaining boundaries, both with myself and others. Um, doing more to speak against people that are bullies and gatekeepers. And I won't say, unless it's something that's potentially harmful to others, I never gatekeep. I tell people I mind my own damn cauldron and you should mind yours. So I'm going to be a bit more outspoken and not nice when I am letting into someone who's being a bully or a bigot or a gatekeeper or, homophobic, transphobic, any of those things. Not that they're going to listen to me, but at least I did something instead of being silent. So having and maintaining those boundaries, and again, not wasting my time arguing with someone, letting go what does not serve me, and just cutting the cords and not giving people that time and that attention that they so desire. And with all the stuff that I went through on TikTok, I learned quite a bit, and that's one of the reasons why I really don't mess with the pagan community over there, because there's far too many when it comes to the gatekeeping and all of that type of stuff, and the people that feel that they have a sense of anonymity and feel that they can come on panels and say whatever they want to say and not be held accountable for it. Like with grape, as we say in TikTok, apologists, and all of those types of negative people. I'm learning another thing that's going to be an in is doing more research, especially when it comes to things like psychic and energy vampires, so that I have a better understanding. And exercise is going to be an in within my practice. It helps me with pain management. Sorry about that. I didn't want the kids' stuff. They were having a disagreement. So, again, when it comes to like setting and maintaining those boundaries and not allowing myself to be guilted or manipulated into not setting and maintaining my boundaries, so that, I having my own stuff, like how can I explain this? Not allowing other people to convince me to let down boundaries. I mean, there's going to be exceptions to rules, but obviously in this current state, I need to not make exceptions for my rules and be extremely rigid in how I do that. And it's really interesting because as I was recording that, I got sent something that just kind of had my light bulb moment, because I'm really good, which is going to be another in. I'm really good at finding patterns and synchronicities and things. So I've been told, and when doing research on a project, hopefully that we get done soon, I was noticing a lot of patterns and synchronicities, and someone had just sent me a thing about pattern recognition and human behavior. So that's a video I'm going to go and check out and really look at. Doing more reading is definitely going to be an in for me this coming year or into the year. That I've got some books here, and some, because they're older books, from 10, 12 years ago. They're not like the newer things that people are talking about. Um, and another thing that's going to be an end is uh, not allowing myself to be made feel less than because of classism. Classism and elitism within the community, within the spiritual community, is really becoming a problem. And if something, we all have our preferences, right? Like some people love peas. I don't, you know, or I love rice, but if someone gives me the vegetable rice, man, I'm picking out the peas and carrots, just eating the rice. Um, and I'm not going to be allowed be made to feel guilty for that or putting up a comparison for that. Um, I like what I like, and you like what you like, and I'm going to go according to what I like and not because it's the in thing. I'm seeing a lot of comparison when it comes to like high school type of stuff where one person has it and it's the in trend, it's the in thing, and made to feel less than because you don't have it. Well, maybe I don't want it because it's not my preference, and being put down because it's something that's not in my preference. Like I'm not gonna sit there and I'm gonna say, look, I don't like peas. But yet, oh, well, I don't care. You're going to eat the peas anyway, whether you like it or not. And you're going to smile while you eat the peas and talk about how great the peas are, and not complain about the peas. If there's a lot of like pressure for that. And that's not going to be something that I really buy into anymore. Supporting local businesses when I can. Trying harder to, because some things are going to have to be replaced because of my situation. So there's going to be more repurposing of things and upcycling of things because, going out into the woods is not an option for me right now. If I hadn't said it before, I had to cut off exercise is going to be something. I was probably saying it's my only option to free and accessible pain management because people in certain states are really being affected by things, and it's really problematic as far as isolating myself because I see how people are being hurt and being affected, and it's becoming a bit too much for me because there's people that don't care that people are being hurt and being affected by what's going on. In fact, they love what's going on, and I saw a lot of that on TikTok. And when you would point something out to somebody, well, I don't care because, I have my, just the stuff. It's just like there were not enough spiritual cleansings I could do in a day, to deal with, all the stuff over there, and really doing more, research and things into psychic and energy vampires, doing more cleansing work and protection work, energy wise, when it concerns myself and my home. When I do any type of witchcraft videos, I'm not going to be guilted into showing the entire thing. I'm just doing like examples and small mock-ups. I never put out 100% of what I do, and showing the light and the baneful uses of things, because I'm one that's a firm believer in the witch's pyramid. And there's aspects to it that for obvious reasons I need to keep private. And at the same time, keeping things private within the practice, because we seem to have a big problem with people that feel the need to come onto your channel and tell you how or how not to practice something. I don't know if that's their need for control or what their deal is, but and another thing that is going to be, I guess, both an in and an out, is not explaining myself to anybody. Um, I'm doing what I'm doing for a reason, and you don't need to know my reason. I'm a grown ass, almost 53-year-old woman. I don't have to explain myself to anybody. As long as I'm not doing anything that's not ethical or illegal, I don't know anybody anything. Um, so, yeah, that's going to be an end also, is taking back my power. And a really wise person said, what other people think of you or say behind your back is none of your business. And that's another going to be another thing that I'm going to be implementing as an in, both in my life and in my practice. So another in is going to the storage unit and getting some of my things, and another in is going to be kind of reorganizing things that kind of need to be reorganized within my practice and within my life. So another in is no longer procrastinating on things. So anyway, that was kind of short and sweet with what I'm going to be doing from here on out. So peace, love, and light. Blessed be. And thanks for watching. And if you feel obligated to comment and subscribe, please comment and subscribe. See y'all in the next video.